We
Kaz,
on,
what's
we
up,
on.
brother?
Ain't nothing, just maintaining, man. Looking at the beautiful lights back there and on
I
your phone.
My wife was cursing me out at nighttime, like turn them flashing things off.
I like
Look,
that. I like that.
I
Man, that's
like this
dope.
one. She don't like the flashes on that one. They get
Okay.
flashes, but then this one, I like this one right here because I could change this one colors. Let me just put it over here so you can see it better.
Right.
But this one go like one. You can leave it on that. You can leave it on that. I like this one at nighttime a lot. Then you got that one
Oh, dope,
and
dope.
that one.
Oh,
Tamu,
that.
baby, Tamu,
I'm,
Timu, whatever they call it.
yeah, it's a team move. Yeah, I like that though, man. That looks like it's really relaxing.
Hmm. Definitely peaceful. The whole vibe feels great, man. I'm like so grateful, man. The whole vibe, the whole energy, the home just feels so
Right.
great. I had some company over the other day, and they're like, "Wow, it feels incredible in here." Like, yes, that's what I need. That's what I want.
Yeah, your energy is good. So, you create the energy that you want in your home. And actually, you make it into a home. You know what I'm saying? Because it was a house before you got it, you make it into a home. And
Mm-hmm.
sometimes the
Definitely.
universe has a way of moving us. So you feel like you're right where you're supposed to be at, right?
Word up. Word up, cause well said. Like,
Yes, yes.
yo, well said. Yeah, my bro came through the other night. And it's been a while since I've had a drink, but we shared a drink. Not shared a
Okay.
drink, but had a drink and
Yes, yes.
had some dinner. His
Nice.
wife and the kid was here. My wife, the family was here. We just got to chill for old time's sake.
Wow,
Hmm.
that's
He
dope,
the one
man.
that gave me the belt I showed you, the wrestling belt. He the one that
Yes,
gave it to me on
yes.
my birthday.
Classic joint.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah,
What's up
man,
with you though, Cos? What's going on? Talk to the people. What is going on today on this good Wednesday?
happy Wednesday, right? It's Wednesday. Ain't nothing. I'm just chilling, maintaining. You know me. I've been up since 3 in the morning. So I go on. I do my little pre-records about 3 in the morning and just chill out. Do a little stretching, a little exercise.
You do
And
be up early, cause I be getting messages sometimes pretty early. Like, damn, he beat me up. Damn, he beat me up.
yeah,
He
you,
up
you
pretty
know,
early. I
yeah,
used to
it's
get up at
crazy.
4. I used to get up at 4, but now it's closer to 6.
Oh, that's still good. That's still good. 6 o'clock. Yeah, cause I go to sleep usually like I go to like last night I went to sleep at 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock and woke up at 3. So that's usually like, what I do every day. Or either anytime I go to sleep, I'm always waking up at 4 o'clock. You know what I mean? So
Mm. No matter what time you go to bed, that's a good routine to have. That's a good routine to have.
right. And I wake up early in the morning and that's when you have all of your energy early in the morning. So I'm able to take care of everything. That's when I clean up, take out the garbage, do everything while I have the energy instead of trying to do it later on in the day
Hmm.
and I'm not going to get it
Pushing
done.
it off. That's a bad habit we got. We got a bad habit of pushing things off, cause let's be honest, man. People just it's like, I'll do it later. I'll do it later. My son is 12 and he's got that habit and I'm trying to help him break that habit. Like, no,
Right.
get what's difficult out the way. Get it out the way, like immediately. Don't brush it off.
Right. You make things easier when you just step right to the plate, right? Because check this out. Being that you brought that up, I told you I had locked my card and everything. I locked my debit card, right? So then I put in too much attempts. So they locked it. They sent me a new one, but then I'm thinking it's the old password and I forgot it, so they locked it again. So that's like
Mm.
the second time. So they're like, "Come on, man! If this is your card, why do you keep?" So anyway, right? I got money on the card. I was able to almost get into the card until they asked me for my ID. I don't have my New York State ID. My homeboy's telling me, "Yo, son, we've been talking about this for a year. Why didn't you just go up there and get your ID and you wouldn't even have to deal with this?" So when you said that, it made me think of myself. I've been putting that off, and I need to go up there tomorrow. Really, I
Cause
could
we
go up
gotta
there
be.
today.
This is crazy. We gotta be synced up. Cause we gotta
Yes.
be synced up. Cause I had an appointment to go get my ID yesterday, and I
Mhm.
forgot what date it was, so I missed it. And today I had to make another appointment. Cause you can't just walk in over here. Unfortunately, they make you make an appointment, which I call it a tantrum over that, because it says appointment is encouraged, not obligated. It says
Yeah.
encouraged. So we take a day off of work, we go over there to go get this, and then they tell me I gotta make an appointment online. There's people that don't have access to internet, yo. Like not everybody's like
Right.
that. I'm not okay with that.
No, no. Look, we was talking about that. I think like last year, right, or something about the cashless society and all of that. Now I got like a little taste of it last week because I didn't have any cash. I only had my card, and I was able to tap my phone until they locked it. Right, so I was able still to spend money and everything like that. But I was walking by the store the other day, and there was this guy talking about, "Yo, can you get me something from the store?" I think it was like a bagel and something. He's like, "Yo, $3." But then when we got in the store, he said, "I got money, but I have it on my phone, and I'll send it to you." Right. But check this out, right? At first, I was just looking at them because I was like, I could use the $3. I can't really give it away right now. But he said, "Yo, I gotta go up to the train station to get internet to send it to you." I was like, "Yo, brother, you don't got to do all that, man. Just take the I think it was like a buttered roll and like a juice or something." I was like, "You ain't." But that was just the fact, like you were saying, a lot of people are gonna be stuck with the cash society, the internet thing, because you need that to make your appointments. Everything is over the phone pretty much
Like
now.
everything is bizarre, man. It's different times, different times. It's like for anything, just scan your phone, just scan your
Hmm.
phone. You know, I got a picture of my old ID on my
Okay.
phone, but it's expired, and I was waiting for the move because I didn't want to
Mm.
have my old address on it, so
Yeah,
I had
that's
to
true.
wait for the move, and I know I asked my wife. I was asking my wife when is the appointment for the ID. She goes, "Oh, I think it's next week." But then she reached me back this morning. She says, "Nope, it was yesterday." I was like, I
Oh,
had a feeling I missed it.
yeah, yeah.
I
That
had that
happens. It happens.
feeling. But now, yo, some people got emergencies. Like we don't know what somebody else's situation is, man. They can have a paycheck that they can't cash because they need their ID. You know, they could be facing homelessness. You know, you never know what people going through to make them go through these hula hoops. Yo, like
Right,
I think something that contributed to that though was First Amendment auditors going into the DMVs and whatnot and
right.
doing the thing, video recording and all of that. I think that part that that
Wait a
happened
minute.
because of that a little bit at least. I think
Mm. Yeah,
that's
that
what
makes
happened.
sense. That makes sense.
You know.
Can't have the people just walking in because now, in the precinct, they have no cameras at all. No cameras. I don't know if it was always like that, but now they have like a big sign because we had to go make a police report of the accident, right? And when I went, I thought that the cab driver made a police report. They said he didn't, and then
Mhm.
they told me I couldn't. Right? It's nobody there to fill out the papers, and you can't do it without after 24 hours. They said this is what they told me, but the lawyer told me yesterday. He said no, that's not true. He said they just like to bully people, and you know what I mean. But he said no. He said I'll do it then. He said the lawyers will do it then. I said okay, well you do it.
Mhm. Yeah, they like to. That's a good way of putting it. Bully people, intimidate people.
Right,
But there's a law, especially in New York City, from what I know, and there's a new law that got like updated, ensuring people are able to record in a precinct as long as they're in a publicly accessible area. Of course, you
right,
can't go somebody's office that might not be accepted. You know, and hey, to each his own. You know, freedom of speech, freedom of religion, freedom of
right, right,
press. These are things that our founding fathers have fought for, and these days they just getting like nobody cares so much these days. Like you can't even say certain things without repercussions.
right. I
You
mean,
know.
there's so many distractions in the world today. Everything is like a distraction. So people are kind of like caught up on so much other stuff than what's really going on. Because we spoke about, I think, what about a couple of weeks ago, we spoke about living in the moment.
Hmm.
And what does that mean to be able to live in the moment, and not be distracted. And some of us don't even know. I was talking to a buddy the other day, and I know I have done it to people, but you ever notice like when you're talking to somebody and they just caught up in a zone, they just
Hmm.
caught up like in a like, and then they got to snap out of it. A lot of times that means you're not inside your brain. You're out of your
Mm.
body. Meaning you're thinking so far in the past or the future. That's a lot of times like kids that have trouble households. They go home and they go to school and it makes it hard for them to learn because they're thinking about what's going on, what might be going on in the household. You know what I mean?
Hmm. You gotta stay focused.
Yeah,
He on
yeah,
point. Don't dream away. You're gonna dream away.
and
It's okay to dream away, but
right,
don't be thinking about nothing crazy or nothing negative that's gonna slow your momentum down or mess
right,
with it. You
right.
know.
Or staying stuck there, right? Because we was talking about on Instagram, we was talking about the lower self and the higher self, right? Now, everyone wants to run from their lower self when your lower self is always with you. It's not going anywhere. You just begin to balance it more, right? So
Mhm.
sometimes we have to go into our lower self to actually know what our higher self feels like. You know what I mean? So all people have to do is tap in with themselves, stop being embarrassed about themselves, be nice to themselves, be generous, and that's it, really. You know what I mean?
Word up. Word up. We slack off cause we get comfortable
Mm-hmm.
and just wanna ride the wave instead of creating a wave. We just riding whatever wave. I don't like when I talk to people and they're not paying attention.
Right.
I don't take that too well, cause I don't take that too
No,
well. I
I,
can
I know
repeat
you
myself
don't.
once, shit, maybe even twice. But
Yes.
like, you not listening to what I just said, or
Right. It
you
just
answer totally something different.
Right, right. And it tells you that the person is not really interested in what you're saying, or they're just distracted. They might have a good heart, might want to listen, but something's preventing them from listening. Right now, check this out. This probably happened to you before, right? I remember I was on the phone with a couple of people, and I can tell when they're not really listening to me because they got to keep asking, "Hey, what?" Or they say something like, "Okay, yeah, yeah," or either they're silent, right? When someone's talking to you and they're watching videos on the phone, that could be a really like kind of disrespectful, and you could tell because when you talk it like goes blank, the whole thing, you don't hear anything in their background. That means they're listening to their phone or something, and that's kind of disrespectful. Come on, I wouldn't do that
Or
to anyone.
interrupt you in the middle of the sentence, cause like
No,
interrupting in the middle.
no, but you
Like
know
then I
what
get
though?
mad and react, and then I lose my train of thought. Like yo, you messing me all up.
No, I know what you mean. And and the good thing is that we can laugh at things like this because we know that it's true, right? We have accepted it. We accept some things about ourselves. We accept it about other people, and we're able to laugh. I think laughing with it, I'll say laughing with it is better than, like trolling and being disrespectful to one another. So, I mean, I'm glad we can laugh at certain things, but yeah, but that's crazy. I'll be like, yo, just hang up, man. I speak to you later, man. You
Right,
know what
right, 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 right. What you said? What you said? My bad. What you said? Hold on, my bad. Yo, are you there? Hello? Are you there? Hello?
I mean? Yo, that's the TV behind you?
TV behind me?
Yeah, behind that's the TV. That joint look fly, man.
What are you talking about? TV?
Not
What you?
behind you. Look behind yourself. Or unless the camera, something's
Oh,
behind you.
my TV's right here, cuz.
Oh, okay. I thought that was the TV. I was like, oh, that looks fly too.
Something's down there. I don't know how that got. Oh, our screen is shorter. Maybe the screen is shorter.
Probably so. Yeah, probably so. Yeah. Your
Oh,
background. I like the background.
the screen is shorter. Hold on, I'm here. Yeah. What else? Talk, cuz. The floor is yours. Feel free,
um,
bro. I'm here.
what I was talking about? Oh yeah, I was talking about a few things early this morning. Right? I was talking about our morning routine, our daily routine, how we get our day started, and I think it's good that all of us have a morning routine, a healthy morning routine. Right? So I was talking to my friend earlier, and we was talking trading ideas and stuff like that. So the first thing I do when I get up is definitely stretch. Definitely got to stretch for about 10 minutes. I mean,
You broke up for a sec. My bad.
okay, no, it's all right. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. It was me. I went outside and
Okay, how's the weather out
my
there?
Wi-Fi loses shit outside
Oh.
for some reason. But go ahead. My bad. Go ahead, Cos. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, oh no, no. I was saying one of the things that I do when I wake up in the morning, one of my morning routines is I automatically stretch for about 10 minutes before I even get out the bed. You know what I mean?
Right. Stretch that
Yeah.
body. How your body feels after your little situation though? Are you sore?
It don't really feel like it felt like kind of like my back was like a little tired and stuff like that, but it didn't really hurt that much.
Mm.
But
It
like the
was for me.
doctor,
It was like 3 days after. 3 days after the fact, yo, I was like, holy, because I was good the day of, the day after, and even the day after that. But one
right?
morning, I went to go open the window, and all of a sudden, my neck and my arms
Mm.
caught like Charlie horses, bro.
Oh man.
Mm.
Wow. Yeah, yeah. That's the first time I was in an accident in like 2000, right? Like in the year 2000. And it's right what people say that you might not feel it now, but you can feel it later. Because one day I went to go pick up my son, right? He's pretty big. I think he's about maybe 5 years old or something. And the next day, I couldn't even get out of bed, brother. I couldn't.
Mm.
And at the time, right? No disrespect to my Haitians, right? I was dealing with this Haitian girl, and my man told me he scared me. He said, "Yo, she put a hex on you, man, a voodoo on you or
Yo.
something." And I'm like, "Nah, bro, don't play." Yo, I'm telling you, I couldn't even bend. I couldn't get up straight. My back was.
Mm.
So my man was telling me, he said, "Yo, go to one of the poles outside and kind of like stretch your back, or you got to go to a chiropractor or something." But like, I went to the like after 7 days, it stopped hurting, but it really, I couldn't stand up straight. I was bending over, like like the old men in the street with the cane, twisted.
Coming
So
over. Yo, even the like they say, emotional damages, cause
right, right.
like it had broke my spirit a little because I couldn't do
Mhm.
the things I was doing, especially at
Yeah,
the time. I was real active. I was playing football, basketball with the kids. I would play around with my son, wrestle. Like I
yeah.
was working out consistently, and all
Right.
that just got taken away from me because I
Mm.
wasn't physically able to do it, and
Right.
it was depressing, for lack of better words. It really
Oh,
was.
oh yeah, definitely, man. Because you're not able to do the things that you enjoy doing, right? The things
Hmm.
that make you happy and things. So, and then we're like at a little standstill. And if you're used to working and moving your body, it definitely can be an inconvenience to
Right,
you. You
right.
know?
I was like, damn, I can't do
Definitely.
nothing. I want to play ball. I want to play football. I want to chill with the kids. It's like
Wow.
I couldn't even do it, yo. Like I couldn't even do it, and that really had me in my feelings. Like
Yeah.
surprisingly, like it's like normally it's like so what? I can't go and have a good time. I can't go out and have a good time, but not like
Mm-hmm.
when you stuck for months. In my case, like
Right.
woo, like you would have thought like the way the car looked. You like, how did he make it?
Right. No, yo. Yeah, my niece, she was in a car accident also like last year, pretty bad accident, and it knocked out like all her front teeth.
Mm,
Yeah, so my niece, she just got 300 thousand. She just got three
mm,
hundred thousand, but her, I mean, it was like her everything, man. Had like major surgery, and I was like, wow, man. But they're young. I think they was coming from a party or something. It was raining, but she got like 300,000. I hope she spends that well.
right. That's a nice lump sum for a while, right? For a couple years. It's a couple years for Brad.
Yeah,
You could get
okay.
10 years. You could get good 10 years out of that these days.
Um, yeah, if you spin it right. If you spin it right, but it can go quick if you drinking, smoking, partying,
Eating out,
cabbing, clubbing,
could be so expensive. Eating out,
right? Designer, all of that designer because an outfit is like $1,000. You know what I mean? So,
yo,
but
word.
yeah,
I saw this dude at the store yesterday, cause and
right,
he had these big spaceship shoes on. I'm like, yo, these shoes is mad big.
right, right.
Like, and they said Balenciaga on them. They had the Balenciaga in the back, and I
Oh,
was
the
like,
big
oh,
things,
go
yeah.
figure. Because these things was so freaking big, yo. It's like walking on caskets. It's crazy.
So, oh, you talking about like those big Smurf boots that they be
Yeah, they
wearing?
were like Smurf.
Okay.
That's a good way to
Yeah.
put them. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen them crazy things before. Yeah, yeah.
Yup. And out of curiosity, I was going to go check out the price tags and whatnot on them shits online. You talk about between $1,200 and $1,700 for some shoes. Woo!
Yeah, dudes is crazy, man. That's why I do my Chinaman thing. You know what I mean? I'm not, I'm not, yo, son. I can't do it, man. anytime, look, something like this online is like $600. I don't even care if I had the money to throw away. I wouldn't do it
That's what I tell my
unless
boy.
maybe,
That's what
right,
I tell
unless
my
maybe
boy.
it was, huh?
That's what I tell my son. Even if
Yeah,
I had it like that, I still wouldn't
yeah,
pay that much for
you know,
something. That's people's rent. That's people's
yeah,
mortgage. That's a card note, couple card notes. That's
right.
a
Now
lot
I
of
can
food.
see, if I was going to spend $300 on the hat and I was able to get $1,000 back, then that's kind of different. But I just do it my way. I buy the hat, boom, and then I get money back. But I'm not just going to waste it because I would like feel bad. I would want to give that to someone that really needs it. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Or put it to something that can really have use. In everyday life, not just a hat for 600. But I don't knock people who do it. If you got it, hey, do it. If it
right,
makes
right, right.
sense.
But everything else, if you're doing that shit, everything else got to be good. Like
Yeah,
you
yeah, I
should
agree.
be. I hope that's not people's priorities. A pair of sneakers or outfit. There's so much things going on, so much things that we need that our
Right.
family could use. Like, not saying, hey, you definitely entitled
Yes.
to the
Yeah.
nicest things in life if that's
Definitely.
what you want.
Yeah.
But
Just for me, it wouldn't make sense. I'll probably go bankrupt or something. You know what I mean? So
priorities got to be in order. Word up.
that's just like did you see what's the brother Mel Matrix came home from prison, he was involved with the 6ix9ine case and everything like that. So a lot of people was kind of saying, Jim Jones, instead of giving him like, one of those chains they give him when you
Oh,
sign
okay,
the
okay. I
record
did see
deal to
that.
come home. A lot of people saying, yo, why didn't you give the brother a house or,
Hmm.
something
Not just a
sustainable.
chain, the gang logo on it, the
Oh
gang
yes.
reference on it. Like what are you doing? It's like a whole lineup all over again.
Yeah, now I was saying to myself, I was thinking, like a person could be working for the FBI and don't really know it,
Hmm.
meaning that you're out here and they're watching you, and they're gonna leave you out here because you have all the connections to the young gangsters and the young boys, and I'm like that could be really dangerous because
It's
maybe
interesting.
what if Jimmy doesn't really know? Now, it's just not a knock to Jimmy, but he doesn't seem like the sharpest knife in the drawer. And that's no disrespect to him, but they could be because when he talked about himself, right? About him doing, holding down the Dipset and this, and he was on Funkmaster Flex talking about something about the America's Most Wanted. He always looks like he's being used, like he's
Hmm.
allowing himself to be used and then complaining about it. And I see now he has like the algorithm wrapped around him,
I was
and
just about to say that. I was
yeah,
just about to say that cause his name is everywhere. His name is
yeah.
buzzing right now for the
Mhm.
wrong reasons,
Right.
but it's
But
still doing it. Like,
he kind of figured it out. He kind of figured the algorithm out a little bit. And when a person does that, they're not going to stop. So Jim Jones probably has in his mind, yo, I gotta say something crazy every day. I gotta do something every day for now because the algorithm kind of like shows you, hey, if you lose your momentum, then you're gonna go back to where you was at before. So it's just messed up because just because you have a whole bunch of money, it doesn't make you smart and intelligent or a good person. But yeah, Jim Jones got the algorithm running, and he's not gonna stop no time soon. You know what I mean?
right, money's not gonna solve all the issues.
Right.
Money isn't the answer to solving a lot of issues. We tend to think that, oh, I could get away with this, I could get away with this because my money long, because my money long. A lot of cases that is the case, but not for everybody.
Yeah, when you look at brothers, like John Gotti, right? John Gotti, all the money, still died in jail. Tiger Woods, with all the money, he still wasn't happy with his beautiful wife. You know what I mean? Almost,
Mm,
almost could have unalived himself in the driveway. You know what I mean? So it's just like sometimes, money can corrupt our thoughts. Sometimes it can corrupt us. So it's like, do you want all the money in the world, or do you just want enough money to survive? And I remember one time I had took this class online. There's this lady talking about energy is money, and she was like, "Yo, you don't need all the money in the world. You don't need. She said like what a lot of greedy people like to do is they just like to take, take, take." Like, but she said the money is energy. It's like water, it's forever flowing. You just have to be there, but you don't have to chase it, and you don't want it all for yourself. More money,
Mm,
more problems sometimes.
right. It is. It is. It is. It is energy for me as well. I agree with that.
Oh.
That it comes and goes.
Mm-hmm.
It allow resources. If you treat it good, it's gonna
Right.
treat you good. Like put it in the right places, invest. Is
Right.
we in a we in times where it's just dishing out and dishing out and dishing out. There's so many different ways to allow it to
That's true.
come
To
back.
flow. To
Come back,
flow.
come back.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, you know how I look at it. You know how I look at money. Money is like it's like a hammer or a screwdriver. It's just a medium to use what you have to really do. It's just a medium. So the way you use a hammer to screw in the nail, you use money to go buy something. It's just a promissory note. So
Mhm.
basically, you're giving the person the promissory note, and then you're going to get your taxes for it. You're supposed to get your taxes, but most people go in the store. Some people go in the store and just buy something. They don't even care about the taxes. They're paying taxes on stuff, but they don't file. So the money, you got to treat it, like a certain way. You don't chase it. You don't fall in love with it. You treat it for what it's worth. You give it the job. You give money the job. The job don't give. I mean, the money don't give you the job. But a lot of people chase money when the money is supposed to attract to you. It's a
Mhm.
screw. It's like a screwdriver or a hammer. That's it.
It's like this. They got the saying. They had this saying that I don't agree with, but that
Yeah.
money is the power of all evil, and it's more like the love of the money is
Hmm.
what's the power of the
Right.
evil. The love for it, like it's gonna come, it's gonna go. There's so much around, like
Right.
especially kudos to New York City, right? Because New York City, people born and raised in New York City, they know
Right.
how to get to it. They know how to hustle. That hustle mentality
Right. Right.
is there.
Mm-hmm.
Like these days, you get somebody who might not be used to having an excessive amount of money. You could give it to them, and
Mm-hmm.
a high percentage they're gonna find a way to be broke again. It's not gonna.
Right. Right.
We're
Right.
not
Right.
taught. We weren't taught what to do with our finances, yo.
Now,
You know.
and location is very important too because a lot of people will get money. Some people will get money, and then they go out and buy a whole bunch of stuff to make other people happy, right? Because they want to really impress other people, so they go get the nice car, the nice house, the nice big gold chain, for other people's likings. But a lot of
Mm,
times they're not even really into that stuff. You know what I mean? But it's to impress other people. And then when they realize the other person is not happy with the costume they got on or whatever, then they're not happy. So a lot
mm,
of times our unhappiness is because once we realize that we can't make anyone else happy, just like when you listen to Will Smith, right? And Jada, they call each other life partners. I don't know if they're married, whatever. I think they live in separate homes, but they call themselves life partners, right? And like Will Smith said, I realized I couldn't make Jada happy, right? But
mm.
they love each other, and I guess they're keeping it together for the family. They got a different understanding, but like Will Smith said, right? You got all this money. They got, oh man, all the luggage. He was in this plane, and he said, "Yo, you realize none of this stuff can make you happy." You know what I mean? It can help you, or you can have spurts of happiness, like moments of happiness, but this is not, it can't make you internally happy. Only you can do that. Only
So,
you
so
can make
we
yourself.
we tend to be in a good mood with a pocket full of money. It's when we're in the
Yeah,
best moods when the pocket full of money. When you ain't got a dollar to your name and things. It's like you in the worst mood. With that vibration, them
right.
pockets gonna stay empty. they ain't even
Yeah,
gonna, they ain't even gonna get right with that. You sobbing and crying because you ain't got this and you ain't
right.
got that.
Yeah,
Appreciate what you
focusing.
do have.
Yeah, focusing on what you don't have and putting all of your attention into what you don't have is going to continue to bring you more of that. So
Mm,
if you're like, oh, I'm broke and I'm a loser in life and nobody likes me, then yes, then that your brain proves to you what you're thinking or what you're saying to yourself.
That's why you in that predicament without even realizing it.
That you did it to yourself, right? So when we start to realize it, that we do it to ourselves, we don't point fingers no more, right? Because when we point one, it's three more pointing back at us.
Hmm.
So we don't point any. We learn to keep the focus on ourselves. What he's doing over there or what she's doing over there has nothing to do with me. It's not interfering in my life. It's not messing with my children, anything of that nature. And that's that. You let people rock out, but what happens is a lot of people are distracted by other people's lifestyles and they get caught up, and that's why people beef it. Yo, why are they talking about that on their channel? Maybe because it's their channel and they can talk about whatever they want. So I know you probably heard people say that too, like, yo, such and such was talking about this. And I'm like, they're entitled to talk about that. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So that's us getting distracted. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Right.
pretty sure
We
it
focus
happens
on
to
what
all of
somebody else got going on. It's crazy. Like, no,
us.
focus on ourselves. Focus
Yes.
on you, what you could do, how you could be better. It's not a competition. It's not who's more popular. It's
Mhm.
the silliest things that people get triggered over, man. Like,
Right. Right. People want validation, and however they're gonna seek validation, man. Like check this out, right? I was watching this one YouTuber, right? And I kind of like the brother. I like the brother. I think he's more funnier than anything. I think he has a sense of humor. And I kind of seen him trying to get another YouTuber's attention. Look like maybe like in a good way, trying to get his attention. And I guess the other YouTubers like kind of ignoring him, dubbing him. And then I'm like, in one day they start shooting at each other, and I'm like, nah, man. You know what is? I think sometimes like we might have a good heart, might want to reach out, but then we feel embarrassed when we don't get the same energy, and we don't. We got to realize that that's okay. Maybe
mhm,
sometimes the energy just don't mesh at the time, but people will get mad, and I'm like, yo, people got to stop that, man, because
mhm,
you can really have a great relationship with, just because you don't hit it off the first time with someone doesn't mean that you will be arch enemies in the future with this person. But some people believe that based on the environments that they come from, where you could be friends with someone one day and the next day they're your enemy, and what's happening is people are bringing their culture online. And I wish I could talk to the person. I wish I could really tell them, like, yo, bro, you don't even need that type of energy, because you have good content. You can really make it and do what you're doing. You don't need that energy. You know what I mean?
mhm. You don't need that energy. Just stay away
Yeah.
from it. Don't fall for the bait, because that's what
Yeah.
you get invaded.
Yes. And
You get invaded.
sometimes,
And people do get defensive. People do get defensive as hell.
right. Yeah, sometimes people gotta just, it's just respect. Something, and boundaries, right? Sometimes people just gotta give themselves a little space and give the other person a little bit of space. And sometimes you think about it, you say, wow, that wasn't even really about nothing.
Hmm.
But if you're on top of the person and each other, and you're not going to be able to have the time to even think, to meditate on it and say, you
Hmm.
know what he said to me wasn't too disrespectful. That was my ego getting involved, because everyone else was like, I hear some people say, yo, I could have let that slide if they didn't do it in front of people, right? So
Hmm.
that lets you know that it wasn't that serious. But a lot of times we're like, we let the crowd get to us, and oh man, ego says, yo, you can't let him say that to you, and everybody's looking, and you know what I mean. So we gotta get out,
It,
check
it
ourselves.
it's interesting you say that too, because from what I see, a lot of times these are like contributors of a channel, supporters of a
Okay.
channel that tend to feel excuse me, that tend to feel entitled in the long run, and they don't even show it at first, but then they start throwing it in your face, like, I donated to you,
Hmm.
why you ignoring my comments, I know you see me.
Yes.
just
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
completely a switch, and what
Yeah.
gives them the what why they think they have the right to is because of contributions they have made. And if
Yeah.
that's why you contribute into a channel to feel like you could take over somebody's platform, or whatever, like, your intentions are way wrong, man, in my opinion.
Right, because look, check it. I heard somebody say this online a while ago. Right, I heard somebody say to somebody, the only reason I became a member of that person's page is so they can't block me or something like that. I don't know how that
Oh,
works.
I've heard that. I've heard that before. I've heard that
Yeah,
before.
yeah. So it's just all like I said it before. A lot of people are just spinning one another, right? A lot of
Mm.
people are just spinning one another. A lot of times, a person will link with you because they see the potential that you have that you might not see in yourself. So a lot of times, you don't really know why a person wants to link with you or why a person wants to pull up on you. And I think a lot of people maybe in their real life they didn't have a lot of friends, they didn't have a lot of company, so they come online and with a good heart they might get on here and tell their story, tell their life, but then they don't know they have people in the bushes that's going to use that against them, right? And the thing about it with me, I feel like if you're going to get up here and tell your life and you're going to tell some personal things, then you should already have that in mind. So if it do happen, it doesn't bother you as much because you really can't control what a person does. You're gonna say, please stop. You're gonna say, yo, I'm punching in your face if you don't stop. I mean, you're not gonna even see the person. So, people just have to kind of
Be
operate
mindful
better.
too. Be mindful of what
Yeah.
you're putting out there. Be very mindful of what you're
Mhm.
putting out there.
You
You don't
mind?
want something to come back and get you, bite you in the ass, in the long run. You know.
And
And
that
remember,
happens.
though,
Yeah.
remember what you
Yeah.
said. Remember it, because
Yeah.
we see this all the time where people say one thing and
Mm-hmm.
then they contradict themselves down the road because they
Yeah.
forgot what they said
What
a
you
few
said. You
months
said
ago.
that. Yeah. 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 I feel like this, right? I feel like anything. And I remember one time I was dating this female, right? And she was telling me that her moms had told us anything that you do today, if you got to regret it tomorrow, then don't even do it.
Mm,
Right. So now, if you do something and you can own up to you doing it, then hey, you did it because you wanted to do. But if you did it because you was in your lower self, or maybe you might have been drinking, smoking, whatever, then you just got to. The best way to heal from that is just don't do it again.
mm.
That's
Learn
it. You
from it.
can't.
Learn
Yeah.
from it. I've heard that. I've heard that recently too, cause I've heard that very recent. It might have even been you.
Yeah.
It might even been from you, but I've heard that like if you're gonna regret what you're gonna do, if you're gonna
Yeah.
regret it tomorrow,
Yeah.
don't even do it.
Right, because you know that you did it really because you wanted to do it. I think some people feel ashamed is when they do things and that was against their will, or maybe they didn't want to do it. Then I think that's when people feel bad. But if I did something, hey, yeah, I did it. I did it. I said that such and such. But I think people feel ashamed when they're trying to be something, or something like that. They know that that's not their real character. That's like 50 Cent, right? I don't think 50 Cent is pretty much embarrassed about himself because I think that's really him. But then you had some rappers that tried to imitate his style a little bit. Mano, High Hater, you had Uncle Murder. I think they admitted to it too. They was kind of like on that 50 Cent wave. But what happens is I think it worked for 50 because that's truly who he is. And I don't think he's a bad person because you see now with all the good deeds he's doing, sometimes your location might change your attitude and
Mm.
everything like that. So, Jim Jones
Cause
still
you
in
can
the
see,
hood.
in the beginning, you see yourself opportunities being thrown away or
Yeah,
opportunities being pulled from you because of certain behavior. So you end up
absolutely.
toning it down a little bit, and that goes back to like I remember last week I asked you a question about monetizing information if it was okay and whatnot, and I had a chance to think about it too, and I'm like, yo, but because I'm not a fan of information being monetized,
Right.
but there is things that we can't say, especially on YouTube, and you're able to say these things
That's true.
on your own, on like Patreon or a paywall. You're able to get away with saying a little more.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Mm,
Absolutely. Yeah, the whole thing with me too, with like being monetized, being paid for what you're doing, like we said last week, if it's your profession, but then you got some of these scammers out here where if you buy this from me and da, 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 that's just scamming, right? We know a lot of grandmas is on monthly checks and stuff like that, but you got people out here ripping people off. Now, if you're working with your audience, right? And you doing something special for them, and you're coming out your pockets, and say you ask for just maybe I do something for $100, and I just ask $1 from everybody. You know, and I just get half or just maybe a quarter of what I spent. Then, but if you're just laying on your butt and you want people to pay you for that,
Right.
come on, no, 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 no. That's like
Right.
insulting our
No,
intelligence.
no, making no effort, making no changes,
Right.
making no. I get that, cause it's like I'm not.
We got to work together. We got to work
I don't
together.
want to support you looking at the chat line screaming at people. What kind of
Right,
support is
right.
that? Like that's not entertaining for me. That's not inspiring to me. That's
Yeah. Yeah, see, and people see when people act like that, they get caught up in a narrative that is hard to get out, right? Because people will do that. Right? I've seen a lot of people troll, and I see a lot of people drag people, and it's like they don't want to throw in the towel until they start losing.
mm,
Now it's like, oh man, get off my DICK. When it's like now they're playing the victim, and then they say, hey, I'm gonna go members only. No matter where you go, it's still going to be the same thing because your
mm,
attitude didn't change. So if you go to members only, you're still going to have drama. If you make a whole new channel, you're still going to have drama. If you go to a whole new social media, you're going to have drama because your brain didn't change.
mm,
So people who their first time on social media, they say, "Oh, I'm gonna go on social media. I'm gonna hit it big. I'm gonna get," but they still have the same mentality. So if you was getting arrested in the streets, guess what's gonna happen on social media? You already know, right? You're gonna be
same.
going to Facebook jail and Instagram jail. If you gossip in the street and got into confrontation, the same thing is gonna happen online because why? It's more easier to get into confrontation and troubles online. It's more easier.
Mm,
So we have to control ourselves. You seen people get at me and I ain't say nothing, right? I ain't
right,
say,
right.
I say
Right.
nothing. You know why? Because if I get at one, I got to get at all.
Mm,
I'm not gonna get at you because you're the easy target, and then I let them slide. So I just can't get at nobody. I leave it
mm.
alone. I don't pick and choose.
It's like yo, and people, it's wild because even on the troll aspects of things,
Yeah.
we look at social media and we tend to think like this is where trolls were birthed. But
Hmm.
a lot of people my age, our age,
Right.
there was a thing many years ago, and it was called a chat line,
Yeah.
and it wasn't that there was rooms you could join, and a whole bunch of different people could always talk like at the same time,
Yeah.
and even there were trolls. Even
That's
on
true.
those things there was we didn't call them trolls back then. We didn't
Right.
even have that lingo, but they were it was
Like a stupid voice, right? They have like a
right.
stupid voice or
Or
something.
just yelling at the screen, not letting nobody
Yes.
talk, yelling
Uh-huh.
some crazy thing. Mm,
Okay. Oh, you talking about the groups? Yeah. Because I remember they had the groups. They had the one-on-ones too.
right. We had to hit a private code. It's like
Yes.
When I moved from New York to Massachusetts, it's that's actually how I met a lot of people was through the Springfield chat line
Okay. Wow.
as a
Bring back
youngin, as like
memories, man.
15, 16 years old.
Oh
It's
man.
like yeah, I met quite a actually I met my first kid's mom
Mm.
on there.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
we were friends and whatnot, and
That.
we dealt with trolls and all of that. But
Mhm.
like I said at the time, it wasn't called trolls.
Right. Right. Now I remember that, man. You just brought back memories. My homeboy, he was like the pro at that. He was like a pro at that thing. You know what I mean?
Mm,
Because one time, because actually he introduced me to it. We was on Rikers Island, and Rikers Island they got the 6 minute phone call, so you got to really talk your talk. And this dude, I don't know, he used to bag him, man. He had him, washing his clothes, stuff like that. But yeah, I remember the chat line. That was a while ago. That was like
it's like it probably was called in New York. It probably was called like the New York Raven or the New York Donut.
yes, donut, yeah. And then after that, then the no disrespect to the trannies, but they took over after that, man. After a while, they took over. And I said, if dudes is paying for trannies, I said it's over, man. It's over. So I haven't been on it in a long time.
Mm. Yeah,
Yeah,
nah, me neither. It's been phew, so
yeah,
long, so long
because I
since
remember it was
probably
like,
since I've had my since my first son was born, yo, that
yeah,
long.
yeah, because
But
I
I still see
remember,
people around. Like if I might come across some people that I met mad
yeah,
years ago. Like cool people. Still just it was very popular out here back
wow,
then. Back then in the what do I want to say, like late mid 2000s, like 2005,
yeah.
2000
Yep, yeah,
maybe.
yeah. I remember
Yep.
it's about 2003, but I remember it was like all women on there at one time, and then it was like the voices got deeper. It was getting crazy, but yeah, I met a sister from Red Hook there, man. Met a sister from Red
Mm,
Hook Projects. Oh man, yeah, she was beautiful, Tasha. Salute to Tasha. I think she moved out of state, brought a house and everything. Hope she's doing good. Her and her daughter, man. Salute to Tasha.
respect to Tasha. Respect.
Right,
Definitely
right.
utmost respect for Tasha.
Yeah, man. So yeah, it's kind of cool up here. So I'm just gonna chill out. I wanted to do some promotion, but it's like been raining for like the last couple of days. So I'm like the paper's just gonna get messed up when I post it up. So I was like, I'm gonna wait, and then I'm gonna do some more promotion. I was telling my homegirl, it's crazy. We was talking this morning, and I said, yo, I'm gonna start. I'm gonna go because I like to do promotion and everything. I said I'm gonna go old school, man. I'm just gonna start going in buildings, sliding under people's doors. But then I was
Mm.
thinking, I want to be safe because New York changed a lot. It's now yo. So I'm like, maybe I do it in Manhattan or something. Maybe in the city. I don't know. I go, but I wanted to go old school with it. How you think that sound?
Yo, whatever works for you. I think you get to work with it. I think you be promoting all around the clock, whatever chance you get. You might even put a little card on the subway cart. On the
Yeah,
steps. You be
yeah.
on. It's almost automatic to you. Like you probably catch yourself even doing it like by accident. Oops, I ain't mean to put this right here, but I did it anyway. Let me keep it moving.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to put this on your face. I'm sorry. But definitely, and it gives me something to do throughout the day. You know what I'm saying? And it gives me something to do, and also like conversation wise, talking to people and everything
Right.
like that. I'm like always building. You know what I mean? I'm always building. Like people might say, "Hey, what's that sign? You know what that's talking about?" And so it gives me something to do throughout the day. So it's like part of my routine now. You know what I mean?
It became automatic. It became like just the discipline of it and the wanting to. And you stay on the move, yo. You stay on the move.
Yeah,
Like
yeah. Yeah, I try to get a lot, especially when I'm out. Like I said yesterday, I might go get my ID, and I got to go get a Omni card. So I want to do everything in one day. But yeah, I just try to just be productive. At least like when I get home, I say, "Yo, I got something done." Whether it's the promotion, I like to wake up early in the morning on the promotion tip because there's nobody outside, so it's like easier for me to concentrate and post up
hmm
like that. So it's just just everyone needs to get a routine and need to do, especially when you start aging or you retire, you're close to retiring, or you work for yourself. You got children. You have to have some type of routine that's gonna further sustain you. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
that's beneficial.
Yes.
A good routine. Just trust me, a lot of us got some not so good routines. I wouldn't call them bad routines, but
Right.
it
Right.
is fair to call them bad routines. And we got these. It's like nah,
Unhealthy routines.
turn. Oh, there you go. Even better. Unhealthy routines, like
Right.
a disservice routine. Like nah, man. Do things that's gonna benefit you, especially health
Right.
wise,
Mm-hmm.
others. Getting others involved in. Even like last time we was talking about being healthy and whatnot, and that actually motivated me to put on my shoes and go walk and jog a little because my
Right.
legs been rusty and I ain't been moving like that. So it's
Mm-hmm.
good to be back on the move, back on the move.
Right. And the thing, I think we was talking last time, we was talking about micro steps, right? You take micro steps. A lot of times people take the big leaps and they burn themselves out quick. So you
hmm
take micro steps and like telling people that's just getting into this or whatever, yoga, Reiki, whatever it is, it doesn't care how silly you think you look, right? Because a lot of times we're worried about not looking crazy. I used to go to the park and I didn't want to work out, right? Until everyone left. And by the time everyone left, it was dark and I wasn't able to get nothing in. This is what happened. We're worried about what other
Mm,
people think of us. No, you go out there and jog, you lift your weight. Don't matter how silly you think you look, because I'm telling you, when the results start to come in, people ain't gonna they're gonna be like,
mm,
wow, man, I wish I was doing that. Because every day you're gonna see improvement, whether you're running, and you gotta push yourself. So, like we were saying before, if your count on the push-ups or the weights, whatever, is says 15. No, do 17. You can do it. You can do it. It's all in the mind.
right.
Don't
You're
stick
not gonna
at
stay stuck
15.
at that 17. You're not
No.
gonna stay
Yeah.
stuck, especially if you're doing them consistently. Like you're gonna be able to double that in no time.
Right, right. Have fun. Have fun. Learn to laugh, man. Learn to laugh. I don't care how stupid you think you look. You learn to laugh. Be silly. Not saying be silly all the time. What the Bible tells us to be childlike, not to be childish, but be childlike. Have fun with your children. If you can't have fun with your wife or whoever, you don't need to be with them. Have fun. People are so tensed and locked in. I was on the train and this lady bumped into this guy. He had his headphones on, but she was like saying sorry, like she was so scared, and she like tapped him. So he heard it, and he was like, "Oh, no, no problem." It was really nothing. He felt it, but he didn't even acknowledge it. So people loosen up, have fun, smile, joke,
Mm.
laugh. You know what I mean?
Right. We tend to take that. We don't do certain things because of what you just said. We worried about of how other people are gonna perceive that, or how they're gonna look at us, or
Yeah.
are we gonna become a butt of a joke and shit? Like, nah.
Right, right. Wow. The butter, yeah. And that's true. And that's why we gotta show love and cadence to each other, right? Like I think I told you the story. I have a friend, right? And I think she's really loud and obnoxious. And I tell her this, right? But I'm not gonna stop being her friend. I just maybe won't go with her certain places or whatever. But when we're truthful and we're honest with ourselves and our people, then the relationship is better. So I'm still her friend, right? But certain places I just don't go with it and stuff, and I let her know. But when we don't let our friends notice, we're doing them injustice. It's like if you got a book on your nose and I don't tell you, then someone else is going to tell you, but they might tell you in a different way and might make a fool of you. When I could just
Mm,
tell you, "Yo, you got this. And sometimes I want to tell you, but don't want to hurt your feelings. But so we got to get out of that. We got to get
mm.
out of that programming because we're not doing anybody a just by, like we were saying earlier, right? I'm not stop feeling bad for people, because when we feel bad for people, we send them that bad energy. So we got to start being real with ourselves and real with one another. And it's a reality. You might not have too many friends in this world, maybe a good 3, 4 good solid friends, but we have to accept that and stop wanting to chase people that don't want to be chased, or you got to let them go. Whether it's
Mm.
an intimate
Word
relationship,
up.
whether it's a friendship, whatever, let them, respect them and let them go. Respect them. People are holding on to friendships and relationships, and that's what it is. How can someone be your friend if they're trolling you and make a whole broadcast about you, and it doesn't click that,
It
hey,
don't
this
even
person,
go. It don't go hand in hand. It don't go hand in hand.
right? It should click like, hey, this person is not really my friend. Let it go. Just let it go. Let people heal better that way when you just let it go. But when you're on a person's neck and why you do this, you know why they did it. You know why they
Time,
did it.
sometimes time just needs time. Sometimes
Yeah, absolutely.
let time go. Let time do its thing, man. Don't be rushing things.
I agree with that.
Don't be trying to force a friendship on people that don't want to be
Yeah,
your
but
friend.
you might, you hear me, Kumba?
Say that again.
I said, you might have to tell us your skin regimen, man. You over there glowing, man, like a light bulb, Jack.
Really?
What,
Thank you,
what you been
Cos.
doing, man? What you been doing, man? You can share.
I haven't done nothing lately. It's just I think it's just the mind being at peace and taking
Oh,
walks in the sun. And
nah, real.
like
For real, you look good. You look good,
you
man.
rock with me heavy, Cos. Like
Yes,
you could see
yes.
me, we could have communication, and if you could see me, you could tell if something going on with me. You could tell if
Right, right.
you could just
Yeah,
tell.
you look
So
good.
to
You look
hear
good,
that,
man. You look like
it
a professional.
vindicates what
Like,
I'm saying. Like things are going way better mentally right now
yes, I
these
can tell.
days.
I can tell. I can tell. I'm happy for you.
You know. But yeah, man. Cause I gotta slide out in a second.
Okay. Okay.
I
No,
gotta
great one. Great one.
meet
Thanks
up
for
with the
having me.
lady.
Yes. Yes. Tell her I said hi, man. Tell her I
I
said peace.
definitely will, man. She's glad I've been back on and doing this too. She's really glad. Like, yo,
I'm happy for
got me
you.
motivated. She keep getting me stuff to hang up on the walls and stuff like that. Getting the little
Oh
space
man.
situated
A
and
good
whatnot. So I'm very grateful. She's
teamwork.
been supportive.
Yeah.
Very, 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 very grateful. But
All
yeah,
right.
man, tell the
Yeah.
people where they can find you. Promote what you want
Um.
to promote, cause till next
Yeah.
time, you know.
Yeah, Cosmology Bay. You know, I'm everywhere. I got different pages. I even forgot the names of them, but if you do Cosmology Bay, they probably all pop up. That and I got a couple of events coming up. They be on the flyer. You know, just check out the channel, and catch me 3 in the morning, man, on the
3 in the
channel.
morning, early riser, early riser. If you snooze, you lose. Catch up with cause.
That's right. That's right. With the bars, and we find out. Yeah, but travel safe, and give me a call when you get back
I
in.
definitely will. Yeah, I'm definitely. I'll give you a call when I settle in back at the crib later on, cause.
All right, no doubt. Peace and love. Thank you
Peace,
again,
bro.
brother.
Peace. Thank you,
Yeah.
bro. Thank you. Good one. A banger, a banger. That was really good. I accidentally deleted the last live we did, trying to clip it up or cut it as they like to use. But this was really good. It will not get deleted. Stay tuned. I clipped a few clips, so I'll post those to the videos. Tanja, good to see you tapping in. We're about to wrap. The show's about to wrap, but feel free to hit the replay. I know you will, sis. Stay supporting, stay showing love, and thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. Appreciate it 1,000 for real, for real, for real. But yes, people, this was a good one. It is just Eric. I have to slide out, take care of some things, but we'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace, 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 peace.